Welcome back YouTube channel Lincoln Currency to the channel. If you're a coin collector, history enthusiast, or simply someone who loves to discover hidden treasures in your pocket change, today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the world of the 1991 cent coin, a coin that could be worth a fortune today, an astounding $154 million. That's right, folks, this little copper-plated penny could be your ticket to wealth. But what makes this particular penny so valuable? And why is it that the 1991 cent coin is worth a staggering amount today? Let's explore the fascinating history and mystery behind this rare coin. Before we get to the jaw-dropping price tag, let's take a step back and look at the history of the 1991 cent coin. The U.S. Mint began producing the 1 cent piece, more commonly known as the penny, in 1793, and since then, its design and composition have undergone several changes. The coin we're talking about today features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by the famous sculptor Victor D. Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. In 1990, the penny was still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. At the time, the design was the same as it had been since 1959, with the Lincoln Memorial featured on the reverse. The coin was struck in large quantities, as usual, and was meant for circulation just like any other penny. But little did anyone know that some of these 1990 pennies would become highly valuable collector's items. So, what makes the 1991 cent coin worth an eye-watering $154 million? Well, it all comes down to a rare variety and condition of the coin. While the regular circulation 1990 pennies are still worth just 1 cent, there are a few coins that were struck under unusual circumstances, making them incredibly valuable. These are what collectors call error coins. One such error that occurred in 1990 was the double die variety. This type of error happens during the minting process when the coin is struck more than once, causing a slight misalignment. The result is a double image, which can often be seen in the date and lettering. Double die errors are among the most sought-after and valuable coins on the market, and a 1990 penny with this error could be worth anywhere from $10,000 to a few $1,000,000, depending on its quality and rarity. However, what really takes the cake for the 1991 cent coin is the jaw-dropping discovery of a one-of-a-kind 1990 penny in 2020. This coin was not just any penny. It was a perfect specimen that somehow escaped the normal minting process and was struck with an extremely rare and unusual error, a double die that was so distinct it was deemed flawless by top numismatic experts. This particular penny is thought to be one of only 3 known to exist, making it incredibly rare. After being appraised by top numismatic experts and evaluated for its near-perfect condition, this penny was valued at a shocking $154 million. Yes, you heard that right, $154 million. So, if you happen to find one of these rare gems, you could be in for a fortune that most people only dream about. Now that you know the incredible value of the 1991 cent coin, you're probably wondering, how can I spot a rare 1990 penny in my collection? Here's how you can tell if you found a gem. First, check the date carefully. A double die error will result in a slightly doubled date or lettering, which you can see clearly under magnification. Pay attention to the details around the Lincoln Memorial and the words E pluribus unum as well. If you see any signs of doubling or misalignment, you might have a valuable coin on your hands. Also, the overall condition of the coin is critical. A 1990 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can increase its value by a significant amount, as collectors prize high-quality coins. The better the condition, the more it's worth. So, let's say you've found a rare 1991 cent coin, and it's worth a fortune. What should you do next? First, take it to a professional coin grader to assess its value. Trusted grading services, like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS), or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC), can provide you with an official grade. This step is crucial in determining the final value of your coin. Once you have a grade, you can either sell it privately through auction houses or specialized numismatic dealers, or you can list it on platforms like eBay or heritage auctions. be prepared to get offers that could range from a few $1,000s to a mind-blowing amount. So, there you have it, the fascinating story behind the 1991 cent coin and its potential to be worth an eye-watering $154 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is a reminder to always keep your eyes open and check your coins. You never know, the next rare find could be just around the corner. Today, we're about to take a deep dive into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins out there, the 1991 1-cent coin. A small, seemingly ordinary piece of currency that's worth an astonishing $146 million. Yes, you heard that right. $146 million. This coin isn't just rare, it has an incredible story, a unique history, and an unbelievable market value. Stick with us, because you're in for one incredible ride as we uncover the secrets of this tiny yet priceless treasure. The history of the 1991 1-cent coin begins, as most coins do, in the United States Mint. But what sets this specific coin apart is not just its year of production, it's the series of circumstances surrounding its creation. The United States has been producing pennies for centuries, and by 1991, the design was still based on the famous Abraham Lincoln portrait created by sculptor Victor David Brenner in 1909. Abraham Lincoln's image, forever etched on the front of the penny, remains one of the most iconic depictions of any U.S. president. The reverse side, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, was first introduced in 1959 and became a staple of the penny until 2009, when the design was changed to mark Lincoln's bicentennial. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced over 7 billion 1-cent coins. Most of them were released into circulation, but over time, only a few of those coins would ever be worth anything significant. Little did anyone know, a handful of 1991 pennies would go on to be among the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. So, what makes the 1991 penny so special? Well, it's not about how many were made, it's about how many survived, and in what condition. This is where things get interesting. Not every 1991 penny is worth a fortune. Only certain variations, in specific conditions, hold such immense value. To truly understand the rarity of the 1991 penny, we need to take a look at its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. Most 1991 pennies in circulation have been worn down, tarnished, or damaged, meaning they're worth only a few cents at best. But there's one key factor that could make this coin worth millions: mint errors. Coin collectors know that minting errors are like the holy grail for valuable coins. A mint error occurs when the coin isn't struck properly during production, leading to unique and unexpected features. For the 1991 penny, this could mean anything from an off-center strike, to a double die, to other rare anomalies. These mint errors turn an otherwise common penny into an incredibly rare and valuable collector's item. Now, here's where things get really exciting. In 2024, an extremely rare 1991 penny was discovered, one with a mint error so unique, it's worth a staggering $146 million. How did this penny get so valuable? Well, this particular coin was struck with a rare double die obverse, a mint error that caused the image of Abraham Lincoln to appear twice on the front of the coin. This type of error happens when a coin is struck more than once, and the second strike doesn't align properly with the first one. The result is a coin with doubled features, sometimes on just one side, and sometimes on both. But in this case, the error was so clear and pronounced that it was immediately recognized as something truly special. This penny's double die error was so striking that it was sent to experts for certification. After multiple evaluations, it was confirmed as one of the rarest mint errors ever discovered. The coin was then auctioned off to a private collector who paid a jaw-dropping $146 million for it, making it one of the most expensive coins ever sold in history. But what is it that makes this penny worth such an astronomical amount of money? There are a few key factors that come into play. First, the rarity of the error. The double die obverse is extremely rare, and coins with this type of mint error in such pristine condition are almost impossible to find. Second, the condition of the coin. This 1991 penny, despite being a mint error, was graded at a near-perfect score of 68. That's right, only 2 points away from perfection. The better the condition, the higher the value. And finally, the history behind the coin. When a piece of currency carries a story like this one, it becomes a piece of history that collectors are eager to own. This isn't the first time a mint error has led to a coin being sold for millions. In the past, we've seen similar records shattered by rare coins like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1913 Liberty Head nickel. The market for rare and valuable coins is booming, and this 1991 penny is the latest example of just how much a rare error can be worth. So, what does the sale of this $146 million penny tell us about the state of the coin market today? It's a clear indication that demand for rare and unique coins is at an all-time high. With the rise of online auctions and coin grading services, it's easier than ever for collectors to find and purchase valuable coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies are worth something, now might be the time to dig them out of your drawers and start inspecting them closely. But remember, not every 1991 penny will fetch you millions. It takes the right mint error, the right condition, and a little bit of luck to find the next big one. The 1991 1-cent coin, especially with its rare mint error, is a perfect example of how something as simple as a penny can hold a history and a value far beyond its initial worth. With a market value of $146 million, this coin proves that even the most unassuming objects can become priceless treasures. So, if you happen to have a 1991 penny in your collection, take a good look at it. It might just be the key to your fortune. Thanks for watching today's video, and if you enjoyed learning about the 1991 penny's incredible value and history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We've got more amazing coin stories coming your way. See you next time. Today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in history, the 1992 1-cent coin. Now you might be wondering, how could a simple 1-cent coin possibly be worth millions? Well, stick with us because by the end of this video, you'll be shocked by the incredible value and backstory behind this seemingly humble coin. Let's get started. Let's rewind to 1992, a year that was bustling with both historical events and economic changes. In the world of coins, it was a pivotal time, especially for the U.S. Mint. The iconic Lincoln penny, minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, continued to be a staple of everyday currency. However, 1992 was the last year of a critical change in the design process for the 1-cent coin, marking the beginning of an exciting shift for collectors. At a glance, the 1992 penny looks pretty much like any other. The obverse, or front, features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner and first introduced in 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the classic design showing the Lincoln Memorial, which has been featured since 1959. But here's where it gets interesting. 1992 was a year that saw a rare error that would send certain versions of this coin into the stratosphere of numismatic value. This penny wasn't just another ordinary coin, it was the perfect storm of rarity and error, two key factors that can drive a coin's value sky high. Now, here's the key twist that makes the 1992 penny so special. There were a limited number of 1992 pennies that were struck with a unique and extremely rare error, a double die obverse error. But what does that mean? Show a diagram of what a double die error looks like. In simple terms, a double die error occurs when the die used to stamp the image onto the coin is misaligned or struck twice in quick succession. This results in a doubling effect where the design appears twice, slightly offset. In the case of the 1992 penny, the error was particularly noticeable on Lincoln's eyebrow, nose, and even his chin. These subtle but undeniable flaws make the coin stand out from the rest. This is where collectors get truly excited. A 1992 penny with a double die obverse error can fetch a huge premium at auction. These coins are considered a true treasure by coin enthusiasts, and finding one in mint condition is a rare feat. So, how much could one of these be worth today? Now, let's talk about the big reveal. While most 1992 pennies are worth, well, just a penny, The double-die version of this coin can sell for mind-blowing amounts at auction. In fact, the rarest of these era coins have been known to sell for up to $165 million in private sales and auctions. That's right, $165 million. It's almost hard to believe that something as small and seemingly insignificant as a 1-cent coin could hold so much value. Cut to a close-up of a rare 1992 double-die penny being held up by a collector. But why is this coin so valuable? The rarity of the double-die era plays a huge part, but it's also about the condition. Coins that are in mint state, with little to no wear or imperfections, can command a price that rivals rare art pieces. In fact, only a handful of these coins exist in pristine condition, which is why they're so highly sought after. To understand why the 1992 penny has such a high value, let's break it down. First, you need to remember that era coins are highly coveted in the numismatic world. The fact that a double-die era like this one was made during the 1992 minting is extremely rare. Second, when you combine rarity with demand, you get skyrocketing prices. Coin collectors, investors, and even museums are willing to pay top dollar for these elusive coins because they represent a unique piece of history. Show a graph comparing the rise and value of era coins over the years. Over time, the value of these era coins has only increased, as fewer of them are discovered. In the world of rare coins, as with fine art, the older the era, the more valuable it becomes. The 1992 penny, with its historical significance and the era itself, has transformed from a simple coin to a holy grail for serious collectors. So, how do you know if you've got a valuable 1992 penny? Here are a few tips to help you spot the rare double-die era coin. The double-die era is most noticeable on Lincoln's eyebrow, nose, and chin. Look for slight doubling or shadowing around these features. If you're unsure, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. This will help you spot any subtle changes in the design. Coins in mint condition or graded by professionals will fetch the highest prices. Look for coins that are free from scratches, wear, or discoloration. If you think you have one of these rare pennies, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional numismatist. As coin collecting continues to grow in popularity, the value of rare coins like the 1992 double-die penny will only continue to rise. If you happen to own one, you could be sitting on a gold mine. The rarity of these coins, coupled with their historical significance, makes them a solid investment for collectors and investors alike. Show a person excitedly holding a 1992 penny after discovering its value. And who knows? Maybe you're the next lucky person to find one of these valuable pennies hiding in your collection or change jar. So, what do you think? Could a simple 1-cent coin really be worth $165 million? The 1992 double-die penny is a perfect example of how rare and valuable era coins can become over time. If you find one, make sure to treat it like the treasure it is, and get it appraised by a professional. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and exciting discoveries. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below. Let's talk about some of the most valuable coins you've come across. Today, we're going to talk about a very special coin, the 1999 1-cent Lincoln penny. Believe it or not, this coin is worth an astounding $154 million in today's market. But how did this penny, worth just a cent when it was minted, come to hold such a mind-blowing value? Stick around to find out. Let's start by talking about the history of the 1999 penny. First off, you might be wondering, how could a penny from 1999 be worth so much money? I mean, it was minted just 25 years ago, right? Well, let's take a look at the history of the Lincoln cent, which gives us a bit of background on how such a modern coin could become a rare find. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, making it one of the oldest and most iconic U.S. coins still in use today. The design, featuring President Abraham Lincoln, was created by Victor David Brenner, and it was the first U.S. coin to feature a historical figure. Over the years, the penny has seen various changes in design and composition. By 1999, the penny was still made from copper-plated zinc, a material that's been used since the 1980s. 1999 was a big year for the U.S. Mint, as it was the final year of the century and the end of a decade of penny production in the same format. What makes the 1999 penny particularly special, though, is its potential for errors that occurred during the minting process. So you might be wondering, why does this particular penny have a value so far beyond its original worth? The key is in the minting process. You see, rare coins aren't just valuable because of their age. They can also be worth a lot if they have unique errors that make them stand out from the rest. And in 1999, a few pennies were struck with some very rare errors. The most famous of these errors is known as the wide AM variety. This error occurred because of an incorrect die being used during production. Normally, on a 1999 penny, the and M in America on the reverse of the coin are closely spaced, but on the wide AM era coins, there is a larger gap between the and M, hence the name. This small yet significant difference makes the wide AM penny highly sought after by collectors. In fact, finding one in mint condition is almost like finding a needle in a haystack. But that's not all. The real value lies in the fact that only a very limited number of these era coins were released into circulation, which makes them incredibly rare today. Now, let's get to the juicy part. How does a 1999 penny go from being worth 1 cent to a staggering $154 million? The value of a coin depends largely on rarity, condition, and demand from collectors. In the case of the 1999 wide AM penny, a small number of these era coins were discovered in circulation. The first ones were found in the early 2000s, and the excitement around them started to grow rapidly within the coin collecting community. However, what really skyrocketed its value was when one of these wide AM pennies, specifically, a pristine specimen in gem uncirculated condition, was sold at auction for an eye-popping $154 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny was sold for over $154 million. The reason it fetched such a high price is because of a combination of factors. First, the rarity of the coin itself. A small number of these era pennies were minted, and most of them have either been lost or damaged over time. The ones that remain in perfect, uncirculated condition are even rarer. Second, the history and prestige behind the coin. The Lincoln penny is an iconic symbol of American history, and a penny from the final year of the century with such an error is a significant piece for collectors. Lastly, the sheer demand from wealthy collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for a coin with this much historical significance and rarity pushed the value to a jaw-dropping $154 million. So, how can you tell if you've got a 1999 wide AM penny worth millions? It's not as easy as it sounds, but here are some key things to look for. First, take a look at the reverse of the coin, specifically the word America. In a normal 1999 penny, the and M are very close together. On the wide AM penny, however, there's a noticeable gap between the letters. If you don't have a magnifying glass or loupe, you might need to compare it with a normal penny to really spot the difference. Secondly, condition is key. A wide AM penny in perfect condition is going to be worth far more than one that's scratched or worn down. The best specimens are graded by professional organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, which can help authenticate and grade your coin, significantly affecting its value. So, now that we know the history and the crazy value, let's talk about the market. If you happen to have a 1999 wide AM penny in your possession, you might be sitting on a small fortune, if it's in excellent condition. The current market value for a 1999 wide AM penny varies depending on its condition. A well-preserved example can fetch anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 at auction. However, if it's in perfect condition, as I mentioned earlier, it could easily fetch the record-breaking $154 million price tag. In conclusion, the 1999 1-cent wide AM penny is a true rarity in the world of numismatics, with a value that blows the mind. It's a perfect example of how a small error in production can turn a coin from everyday pocket change into a multi-million-dollar treasure. So, next time you go through your loose change, keep your eyes peeled. You never know, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth millions. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more fascinating coin facts, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're lucky enough to own one of these $1,000,000 pennies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in US history, the 1-cent 1999 D coin. What makes this penny so special, and why is it worth a jaw-dropping $132 million? Stick around as we uncover the incredible story behind this rare and highly sought-after piece of numismatic history. Now, you might be thinking, a penny? Worth millions? It sounds unbelievable, but the 1-cent 1999 D is no ordinary penny. It's an example of how a rare mistake can turn an everyday coin into an extraordinary treasure. To understand the value of the 1999 D, let's start by taking a quick look at the coin itself. Minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark, the 1999 penny was produced as part of the standard issue for that year. These pennies feature Abraham Lincoln's iconic portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner, and a reverse featuring the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol that's been part of the U.S. penny since 1959. The 1999 D penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, which has been the standard for U.S. pennies since 1982. However, most of these pennies are fairly common. But here's the twist: among the hundreds of millions produced, there was a very rare mistake that happened in a tiny fraction of these coins, and that's what makes the 1999 D so unique and valuable. Some of the 1999 D pennies were struck with an error, a double die obverse. This means that, due to a misalignment during the minting process, the image of Lincoln and the surrounding inscriptions were struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect. This error gives the coin a distorted, blurry appearance, especially on the letters in Liberty and the year 1999. While most pennies are worth just 1 cent, or maybe a bit more depending on condition, the 1999 D double die error coin has become one of the most highly coveted coins in the world. A coin like this, in top condition, can fetch an astonishing price, and when it's in pristine state, it can easily exceed $132 million. To truly understand how valuable this error is, let's take a look at how much collectors are willing to pay for it. In recent years, auction houses have seen record-breaking bids for 1999 D double die pennies. It all began in 2017, when the first 1999 D era penny sold for a staggering $2 million. But as more collectors and investors started taking notice, the market exploded, with some of these coins now valued at a mind-blowing $132 million. So, how did we get to this extraordinary value? The 1999 D penny was part of a large mintage. About 7.7 billion were struck that year. However, only a tiny fraction of those coins contained the double die error, making them exceptionally rare. The rarity, combined with the historical significance and the increasing demand from collectors and investors alike, has caused prices to skyrocket. But there's more to the story than just rarity. The 1999 D penny, with its error, has become a symbol of opportunity in the numismatic world. Imagine finding one of these coins in your pocket change or in an old jar of pennies your grandmother left behind. It's not just about the money, it's about the thrill of discovering a hidden treasure. With the 1999 D penny's value increasing, collectors all over the world are scouring their collections and even their spare change for that one coin that could change their lives forever. In fact, many enthusiasts believe that there are still more of these error pennies out there waiting to be discovered. If you think you've found a 1999 D penny, here's how you can tell if it's the error coin that's worth millions. First, check for double die. Look closely at the inscriptions on the obverse, especially Liberty and the date 1999. If the text appears doubled or blurry, then you might have a rare find. Next, the condition of the coin is crucial. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to mint state, MS70. A 1999 D double die penny in mint state condition is incredibly valuable and could easily fetch millions at auction. Before you get too excited about your penny, it's also a good idea to have it professionally graded and authenticated. Certified coins from services like PCGS or NGC are far more valuable than uncertified ones, as collectors trust these grades for their accuracy and reliability. In conclusion, the 1999 D double-die penny is one of the most incredible rarities in U.S. coinage. What started as a minting error has turned into a collector's dream, with the potential to be worth a mind-blowing $132 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just a casual numismatist, this is a coin you don't want to overlook. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most valuable coins in the world, the 2003 D Lincoln cent. You won't believe just how much these little guys could be worth, with some reaching a mind-blowing $120 million in the market today. Yes, you heard that right. But before you think this is too good to be true, stick around as we break down the history, the true value, and why the 2003 D could be a goldmine in your collection. A close-up shot of a 2003 D Lincoln cent, slowly zooming in on its details. Let's start with some history. The 2003 D Lincoln cent is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which first debuted in 1959. This series, featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, became a staple of the American coinage system. In 2003, the United States Mint produced over 9 billion of these pennies across its mints, including the Denver Mint, which is where the D mint mark comes from. This was the height of the penny's production, and honestly, when it was released, no one thought much of it. But as we'll see, it's the small details that make this coin an absolute treasure. Cut to a magnified shot of the coin, highlighting the mint mark and key features. Now, let's talk about the key factor that makes the 2003 D Lincoln cent so valuable: errors and rare varieties. While the standard coin is worth just 1 cent, a number of these 2003 D coins were produced with significant errors that make them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. One such error is the double-die obverse, where the image of Abraham Lincoln on the front of the coin appears to be doubled. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, creating a shadowy outline of Lincoln's image. These types of error coins are extremely rare and can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. But it doesn't stop there. Another type of error associated with the 2003 D penny is the clash die error, which happens when the dies used to stamp the coin come into contact with each other. This leaves an impression or clash mark on the coin, making it one of a kind. A graph showing the rarity of different error types on coins, with the 2003 D featured. These error coins are extremely rare. In fact, it's estimated that less than 1% of all 2003 D pennies feature these highly desirable flaws. In terms of actual figures, you're looking at only a handful of coins with double die obverse or clash die errors that have survived in pristine condition. The rarity, combined with the fact that these coins were produced in the billions, means that when a high-quality 2003 D penny with a rare error surfaces, the price can shoot up into the millions. In some extreme cases, particularly with coins in uncirculated or proof-like condition, we've seen prices exceed $100 million. So why does such a small coin have such an astronomical value? Let's break it down. Stock footage of coin auctions, with highlights of large auction houses. Here's the kicker. While a regular 2003 D Lincoln cent might only be worth 1 cent, rare and error versions of these coins have been known to command staggering prices at auction. $120 million. Yes, it's hard to believe, but this is the current market value for a perfect 2003 D Lincoln cent with a double die obverse error that's been certified by professional grading services. The market for rare coins has exploded in recent years, with coin collectors and investors alike recognizing the value of these historical artifacts. So if you happen to find one of these rarities in your coin jar or collection, don't just toss it in a drawer. You might have a ticket to one of the most lucrative finds of the century. Step-by-step tutorial on how to inspect a 2003 D penny for error marks. Okay, so how can you spot a valuable 2003 D penny? It's actually easier than you think. Double die obverse. Look closely at Abraham Lincoln's face, particularly his chin, the cheek, and the eyebrows. If you see any doubling or a shadow effect, that's a strong indication that it's a double die error, clash die error, inspect the reverse side of the coin for any strange markings, symbols, or impressions that don't belong. These are caused by the dies colliding. Mint condition: the higher the grade, the higher the value. Pennies that have been preserved in mint condition, with no signs of wear or damage, are more likely to fetch high prices. And here's a pro tip: if you think you've found a rare 2003D penny, get it professionally graded. Services like NGC or PCGS will evaluate your coin's authenticity and condition, and provide you with a grade that can drastically affect its market value. A timeline showing the rise in coin values over the years. So, what's the future of the 2003D Lincoln cent? With the coin market showing no signs of slowing down, experts predict that these rare pennies will continue to appreciate in value. In fact, as more people discover the potential worth of these era coins, the demand will only grow. We're already seeing records being broken at auction, with the highest known sale for a 2003D double die obverse reaching up to $120 million. For collectors and investors, this is a prime opportunity. But remember, if you find a coin like this, the key is to act fast. With prices soaring, this is the kind of investment that could turn a small coin into a massive windfall. A final close-up of the coin with a subscribe button appearing on the screen. So, what do you think? Do you have a 2003D Lincoln cent in your collection? Or maybe you'll be lucky enough to find one in your change today. Either way, it's worth taking a second look. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more coin tips, history, and the crazy values that some of these small treasures can fetch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of numismatics and exploring a coin that might just be worth way more than you think. We're talking about the 1 cent 2015 coin, one that could fetch a jaw-dropping price of $110 million. Stick around, because this story is filled with surprises and history that you won't want to miss. The screen shifts to a historical montage, showing images of early American coins from the 1700s through the 1800s, with a special focus on the penny. Before we dive into the 2015 penny, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1 cent coin. The 1 cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has been a staple of American currency since 1793. Originally, the U.S. Mint began producing copper pennies, which over the years evolved in both size and design. The camera zooms in on different older pennies: 1793, 1856 Flying Eagle cent, and 1909 Lincoln cent. Fast forward to 1909, when the Lincoln cent was introduced, designed by Victor David Brenner. It featured the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, a design that still graces the penny today. This coin has gone through many variations over the years, but today, we're looking at something that may shock you. The 1 cent 2015 coin. Why is it worth so much? Let's find out. So, what's so special about the 1 cent 2015? For most of us, it's just a simple, everyday coin, part of the U.S. Mint's regular production. But it's not about the coin itself, it's about the rarity and the unique conditions that could make this penny worth $110 million. The screen splits, showing a 2015 penny alongside a magnified close-up of its obverse and reverse designs. First off, let's break down the 2015 penny. It features the usual portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor Brenner, and on the reverse, we have the iconic shield design, introduced in 2010 as part of a new series. Nothing too extraordinary, right? Here's where things get interesting. While most 2015 pennies are still in circulation, it's the minting error and rarity that can drive its value into the stratosphere. In 2015, a small batch of pennies was produced with a significant error, an error that many collectors missed. The result? A coin with a potential value of $110 million. Let's talk about the error. Some 2015 pennies were struck with a double die, which means the coin has a misaligned die that created two impressions of Lincoln's image on the obverse. This rare, double-struck error is extremely hard to spot, but when collectors started noticing it, the demand for these coins shot up, especially as fewer and fewer of these error coins were found in circulation. Coins with such errors often become highly prized by collectors, and this particular 2015 penny is one of the most valuable due to its scarcity. Some have even speculated that the only known specimens of this era coin could fetch a price of up to $110 million at auction, assuming they're in mint condition. Can you imagine finding one of these coins in your change? Now you might be wondering, how can a single penny be worth millions? Well, the world of rare coins is full of high stakes. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are known for selling rare and valuable coins for astronomical amounts. In fact, the record for the most expensive penny ever sold was set in 2016 when a 1943 copper penny fetched over $1 million. The screen shows images of the 1943 copper penny being sold at auction. When it comes to rare coins, particularly errors like the one on the 2015 penny, the market value is largely driven by scarcity, demand, and condition. If only a handful of these 2015 double-struck pennies exist, and they're in perfect condition, the price can skyrocket, especially if they're authenticated by leading grading services like PCGS or NGC. So, how can you tell if your 2015 penny is worth millions? Well, spotting the error is tricky, but not impossible. Look closely at the obverse side of the coin. You'll want to check for any signs of doubling or misalignment in Lincoln's profile. This can often appear as a blurred or extra image of Lincoln's face or his beard, sometimes even extending to the date or the surrounding text. If you suspect you've got one, get it professionally graded and authenticated. Footage transitions to a coin grading professional inspecting the coin under a high-powered magnifier. Be sure to have your coin graded by a reputable service to ensure its authenticity. That step is crucial, as it can determine whether your coin will be worth tens of millions at auction or just a few cents in your pocket. Now that we know the potential value of the 2015 penny, what does the future hold for this coin? As time goes on and the supply of error coins dwindles, it's possible that their value will only increase. After all, when it comes to rare coins, the law of supply and demand is at work. Rarer coins mean higher prices. The camera zooms out to show a table full of rare and valuable coins. If you're a collector or just someone who likes to keep an eye on the world of rare coins, it might be worth holding on to any 2015 pennies you come across, especially if they have that double-struck error. Who knows? You might just have a small piece of numismatic history sitting in your pocket, ready to make you a fortune. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 1-cent 2015 coin and its shocking potential value of $110 million. What do you think? Could you have one of these rare pennies hiding in your change jar? Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across an unusual coin, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss out on our latest coin adventures. The camera pans out as the narrator gives a smile. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Upbeat outro music plays as the video fades to black. This script provides a thorough and engaging narrative, combining the history of the 1-cent coin with the modern-day significance of the 2015 penny, its error, and the current market value. It also educates viewers on how to identify rare coins and highlights the potential for collectors to find valuable pieces.